Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 110 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Ellis, and joining me, of course, my co-host, Mrs. Micah Moriarty. Micah, hello, how are you?
Hello, Brad, it's good to see you. I have just returned home from seeing the Mario Galaxy movie, so I'm all right. I had popcorn.
Ooh.
It was very good. We had the theater basically to ourselves. There was one family of 4 in there with us. That's it. The place was fucking empty. The kids also quiet the whole time.
Well-behaved.
Fantastic. They had their little Mario and Luigi hats on, so that was kind of cute.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. The theater was so dead, though. Nobody checked our tickets. Like we just walked in, and there's nobody. Like there was like one lady there talking to some other lady. And they didn't acknowledge us. We just walk in. We went to the concessions and bought our popcorn and drink. And there was nobody at like the doors to the theater to tell you like which theater to go to.
Oh.
So Colin just went and found it. Like it's like a skeleton crew if you go on a weekday afternoon. But yeah, I'm doing pretty all right.
Okay, yeah, it is a Tuesday afternoon for us when we're filming this.
Oh, I wore my Mario shirt. So,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was feeling festive.
Yeah, your show was at like, what, 2 p.m. or something like that for you?
It was 2:40 was the listed show time. The movie started at 3:07.
Yeah, that's...
And I was like, bro, I knew there'd be previews, of course, but like, bro, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a half hour late.
Yeah. I went to the movie last night. I went solo, too, by the way, because my friend I was supposed to go with bailed. So I was like, whatever, I got to see this shit for work tomorrow. I can't imagine Micah pointing the gun at me in reverse this time if I didn't see the movie. So I was like, I got to make it happen. But I left.
Your life would have been forfeit, yes.
Yeah, it would have been over. I left 10 minutes before the movie started. And I got there before previews were over in my seat. I was like, damn.
So we went early because here's the thing. Obviously, school's back in session. So I knew there wouldn't be like a crowd of children. However, as we observed, kids younger than school age were there because the little family that was in there, their kids were, not in school yet, obviously. And so it's like, I thought there's a chance that there's going to be still children, and the concession lines, what I was concerned about. I had told a story on a previous podcast of like, we got stuck in line one time for like 10 minutes because this guy was trying to use a coupon at this specific theater and nobody could figure it out. And they just, it was madness. And it's like we waited 10 fucking minutes for this guy just to get the coupon solved. And then we still had to get the popcorn and everything. So we showed up on time and then, just sat and watched a half hour of commercials and previews.
Yeah, damn. Okay, so you got popcorn, though.
Yes.
Did you get the Yoshi bucket?
No. We got a medium bag of popcorn. And Colin got like a small drink, and it was $21. So
damn, yeah.
We had plenty. We didn't have leftovers though. I usually like to have leftover popcorn to eat the next day, but it's fine. The medium popcorn was $11.49. He posted the receipt on Twitter.
Damn, I got a hot dog because I was like, I didn't eat enough for dinner. I need to eat something, or I'm gonna feel sick. So I had a hot dog, which is okay, not bad. I haven't had a hot dog from the theater in a long time. And I got an icy. First of all, I got the small size. It's like the height is not like ridiculous, but it's like it's a wide boy.
I will say, like that small Pepsi that we paid like $8 for was a lot of Pepsi. So I'm not mad at the size of that. I'm like, this is a lot of soda.
I was not mad at the size or the quality of what I got. But the cherry flavor was like some Mario flavor as well, dude. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, I noticed that last night after you had said you wanted an icy on Summit Sign. I just saw an ad and it was like, oh yeah, they had 2 specific flavors. I don't know if they had that at our theater. I didn't even see any sort of slushy machine, but I also just didn't want it. I really just wanted my popcorn.
Yeah, sure. I get it. Everyone's got their theater snack of choice. Slushy is mine because they're rare. I mean, you can go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee, but icy and Slurpees are a little different. Similar,
They
but a little
are.
different.
Because so when I was a kid, Cumberland Farms is what we have everywhere back home. And like 7-Eleven at the time was quite rare. And so Cumberland Farms, Cumbies as you will, they have their own slushies. They're not as good. I hate to say it. People from Western Mass love the slushies at Cumbies. They're not as good as 7-Eleven. Once you have one, they're just like, they're more ice crystal-y than the 7-Eleven slushy being smooth.
Yeah.
And so it's like, they're not bad. It's almost kind of like when Burger King will have the frozen Coke, which is delicious. I used to love the frozen Coke at Burger King.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Okay.
It's kind of more that texture, though. And if you prefer the 7-Eleven, I ended up preferring 7-Eleven, and Cumbies couldn't hold a candle to it after that.
Yeah. I think my receipt or the price for my beverage and snack was like $18. Guess how much my movie ticket was?
Okay, let me think. You're in California. It was at night, $15.
I think it was $27.
Oh my God.
Now, but listen, hold on. Let me explain why. So
there's no explanation for this.
I went to the RPX screening of the movie, which is a more expensive version of the movie.
Do you have like better chairs?
Better sound, all that kind of stuff. The chairs are very nice. They're not like the recliners. There are recliners like seats at that theater, but not for that Showtime RPX. No, more standard theater seating. Everything, first of all, is like you pick your seats. I'm so glad we have that in movie theaters nowadays. I don't want to fight some fucking animals for a seat anymore. Like those days are over. But I got it because I was like, well, the time lines up the best for me, and maybe it'll keep some of like the riffraff out.
Yeah.
Who have like a bunch of kids they're bringing or something like that, or whatever, teenagers, which is totally fine. But I was like, I'll pony up a little more. But then I bought my ticket. I was like, holy fuck, I forgot how expensive this was.
It's like flying first class.
Yeah. My theater, very big, very big. There was me, like some dude, and like 3 teenagers. He brought probably his like kid and like friends or something like that. And there was like one guy who came in later with like a son. First of all, the guy that came in later, obnoxious in the sense that the movie's going, he brings out his phone, standing on the side aisle, filming the movie, then filming himself watching the movie. I was like,
oh yeah, dude, let's take a TikTok.
Yeah, I was like, bro, come the fuck on. The movie's going right now. So fuck that guy. But otherwise, the theater experience was pretty good. So shout out. But we'll talk about more about the lucked out. Yeah, we both lucked out big time. Because I get fucking mad going to the theater. You do too. We're in the same boat on that shit.
Yeah,
something we agree on.
I made the joke to Colin. It's like a very old tweet where it's like, the Grinch didn't hate Christmas. He hated people, which is fair. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I don't hate the movies. I used to love the movies. Mm-hmm. I hate people. You know, it's like, that's the real problem. My sister and I, when we were younger, the movies were an affordable activity. Like we really didn't have much money. And so for $20, my mom could get us out of the house on the weekend and we could go do something with friends. Because for the most part, our friends had more money than we did. So it's like, that was something we could all do together and not feel like we were asking our parents for too much. It'd be very different now. But it's like, I used to go to the movies a ton. And I'm sad I threw it out when I moved here. I had all my ticket stubs from high school, like all the random shit, the leap year, all the rom-coms, everything. And I threw them away when I moved here. And then Colin was like, oh, it would have been cool to look through that. It's like, it would have been, huh?
Yeah.
But at the time when I was moving, I was just like, I need to get rid of everything that's not essential.
Yep.
Well, by essential, I mean Funko Pops and claptraps.
Well, you're clear from seeing a movie at least for a year, because we'll have to go back next year for Zelda.
The last movie we saw in theaters was Gran Turismo. So
it's been a while.
Yes. Colin was like, this might be the first movie we've seen since we got married. And I was like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
because
crazy.
We saw the newest Downton movie, but it was already on streaming. Colin told Hogue that we were going to go see it in theaters. He's like, oh, it's already streaming. We were like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's super funny. But yeah, we're safe until April or so of next year. I think when Zelda comes out, something like that. Please be good. Please be good. That one's gonna be high stakes for me, dude. That one I'm worried about. But I hope it's good.
They improved this Mario movie. Like, we'll get to it. They made enough improvements here. No, I'm just saying they made enough improvements here that I liked it more, and I feel a little better about them making movies going forward.
Hold on, my headphones just turned off. Stand by, everybody. Hold up. Make sure I have audio. Sorry. Sometimes these headphones just kind of turn off, and I don't really know why. That's okay. We just filled dead air. Micah, pontificate about something for 2 seconds.
Welcome to Plant Stand, the plant podcast. My name's Micah Moriarty. Today, we are going to be talking about succulents. I forgot the word. That was like the leafy desert boys.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Filling that dead air. Appreciate it, Micah. Love that.
Specialty.
When I, back in the day, Micah, when I worked at Game Trailers and Easy Allies, like during E3 times and stuff like that, we'd be on the desk all day, reacting to everything and have breaks in between stuff. And sometimes there was like 2-hour breaks between press conferences. So we just have to figure out ways to fill dead air with.
Oh, God.
It's like, just start talking about something. Think of something to talk about.
I mean, it's like I can talk about something. However, my small talk skills, you may be surprised, are quite poor. It might have been the New York live show, and it was the first time I'd seen Chris in a while. And I think one of the first things I asked him was, "Have you had a hot dog recently?" And he was like, "No." And I said, "I had one last week." And that's the Micah Moriarty experience. Yeah, if you get trapped in a room with me.
Yeah, great conversation.
I asked him what he had for grocery stores out his way.
Great conversation starter.
I'm not good under pressure.
Before we get into all the news and all that kind of stuff, everybody, please check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia if you'd like to support us and get early ad-free access to all of our shows on over there. Also, if you want some merch, go to laststandmedia.store. Michael will send you merch from their home. So please support us if you can. We greatly appreciate it. Cole Smith. Hello. What type of houseplant are we recommending this week? I have a couple alloy plants myself. Thanks for all the plant info and having the best houseplant podcast out there. See, Micah? It happened.
It worked. Nintendo, worked. Aloe are cool.
Barbecue, houseplant. What's next?
That's really all I like arts and crafts, but I don't know if we're going to find many enthusiasts here. I don't know. We could start a tattoo podcast next.
Okay. Arts and crafts is a wide net, though.
It is. But it's quite girly, usually. There is a really cool listener that I've spoken to before who also does cross stitch. And so it was really neat to talk to him about that and the various things that he's made. But it's like, otherwise, I haven't really found many arts and crafts enthusiasts.
Okay. We said alloy. Like,
aloe.
Of course, aloe. God damn it, there's too many. But then I saw Aloy, and I was like, does the name Aloy come from something else that I just don't remember what it is? Or is it a completely unique name? Because it sounds like it could be like a metal.
Exactly.
A metal plant. It's like in between.
Sounds like a name for a horrible person that we all hate.
Yeah. And I typed in Aloy in Google, and there's like, her wiki article, then there's Yahoo Finances. Below it says, people also ask, is Aloy LGBTQ? What does Aloy mean? Does Aloy kiss a girl? Is Aloy a metal? Like, all right. That's fair, I guess. Houseplant. I don't know. I do like houseplants, but it's like, gotta get one that lasts a long time, and I don't know. Depends on the part of the house, how much sun it gets, and all that kind of stuff. Yes. I don't know.
No, they can be tricky. We have a jade plant that Colin was gifted when he got the house in 2020, and it's only gotten bigger and bigger. And like, we've upgraded its pot like 3 times now, and this thing's just getting huge. And Colin's like, I don't know what we're gonna do with it at a certain point. It's just like, because now it's on its own dedicated table. It's gotten so big, and I'm like, I think it's one of those plants that if you stop upgrading the pot, it will just kind of stay at that size. But he's like, well, I'll see how big it can get. I'm like, but what's the next step? It already has its own fucking table. You gotta get it its own room. I mean, like, where do we go from here? So it's cool when plants thrive like that, but then you gotta, like, I have a snake plant and we haven't upgraded that one's pot too many times because like it's gotten dramatically bigger, but I'm like, I don't need this thing to be 6 feet tall. I'm not going for that. I just wanted, no, it's too much. So some of these plants with longevity, it's like having a parrot and it's going to outlive you.
A parrot, dude, my uncle had a parrot. I remember it was pretty big. I wonder if that thing's still around.
Dad, they can live a long ass time, man. They're also terrifying, but that's a whole other thing.
Parrot, like, I don't know, something like, I think birds are really cool. I don't want to own birds, but I think they're pretty cool. It's something kind of like sinister about your bird just fucking sitting on a perch all day, looking at you.
Yes, birds are interesting. Flamingos are the only acceptable bird to me. And you know, there's other pretty birds, but I don't want to be near them or hear them or interact with them.
Okay.
I'll look at them though. That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Bird podcast though, that's the next idea.
If you had to be a bird, what bird are you going to be?
Flamingo.
You would be a flamingo?
Those are my favorite. I love them. I've loved them since I was a kid. I liked the plastic lawn flamingos especially.
I feel like you're like alligator prey or something though. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, probably. Oh, yeah, they got them spindly little knees. They have the knees that bend backwards. That's what's fucking cool. And my knee basically does that now that I'm old and frail, so.
Fair. I think bird-wise, dude, it's like, I would either be a bald eagle, I think.
Really?
They look cool.
That's
fuck
true.
Shit up. You're protected by the government. You go squaw, do some cool shit like that. Or toucan, I think.
Yes. No, those are cool. Toucans are pretty.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the cereal as well that they purvey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What was his name? Why can't I think of it? The Fruit Loops guy name?
Toucan Sam.
Toucan Sam, that's right. And he had like his little like nephews or something, I want to say later on.
He
you remember
did. That? I forgot about that. They did add those on. They had to do like a DuckTales type of thing with it.
They did, yeah. Hold on, let me see this. Toucan Sam
family.
Nephews.
The Toucan Sam wiki.
Dude, okay. I typed in Google Toucan Sam. First thing that comes up is Toucan Sam cereal. Next is Toucan Sam Funko Pop. And I was like, oh no, dude. Nephews. All right, let's see here. Toucan Sam. Okay, here we go. We got the family. Pooey. Okay. Pooey, Sussy, and Lewis. Strange names.
This was
Nephews of Toucan Sam, the commercials for Kellogg. Yeah, okay. The names are parody of Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Okay. That makes sense, I guess.
Oh my god, I'm just reading the Toucan Sam fandom wiki. He also had a cousin named Artie that was featured in a few commercials.
Damn. Dude, shout out Toucan Sam.
We're just selling cereal. We didn't need all this backstory.
I appreciate it, though. You know, I appreciate the effort.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, the fact that they had Jim Cummings do the voice of one of the nephews, that's fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
To do a 30-second commercial for a cereal?
They went all out. Dude, the 90s, early 2000s is a different era in terms of advertising. That's for sure.
Oh my god. I'm still getting ads for those funky shoes.
Dude, I'm thinking about it. It's like, you used to like have a way more... I used to know when I was like a kid, a lot more like Happy Meal toys. Like what was like the Happy Meal toy? Those were like a bigger deal back then, I felt like. Where everyone was into that shit. And cereal, like they all had their mascots. Cocoa Puffs guy. You don't really see that much. I mean, I don't watch kids television, so I don't really know, but I wonder if they still do those advertisements.
Well, so a lot of it, like, I believe Mexico specifically has laws against having characters advertised to children. So their cereal boxes, like they cover up Lucky the Leprechaun and like they cover up the mascots. Like they're like, no, this is predatory towards children to sell your horrible sugary cereal. And so I don't think we're doing that in the USA. However, like Target had said that they're going to stop selling cereals or whatever with artificial colors, which is going to force the hands of these companies to remove the artificial colors or not sell at Target, huge retailer. So it is shifting. I'm curious too what commercials kids see these days. I haven't put on Nickelodeon in 15 years, so I don't know what commercials the kids are getting these days. But like, do they still get Moon Shoes and Floam and Loonies? They still get all those ads, or is it just like Zoo Plates and all that, or Zoo Pals? Zoo Pals, Zoo Books. We liked the zoo back then.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, kids, I guess now are just like, give me that iPad, give me them Roblox. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to watch Miss Rachel.
Yeah, Miss Rachel. Dexterous Joe wrote in and said, "What's up, punching up crew? Right in for the official Nintendo barbecue pod. After cooking up smoked pork ribs and kimikuri lamb steaks in some ugly and cold weather, having to ensure the pit stayed dry and smoking, have to ask, what is your nightmare cook story? A recipe gone wrong, fire going out too soon, or the meat falling to the ground? Would love to know if either of you have any funny story to share. Take care and keep on punching up." I have just one funny thing. It's not a nightmare though, but I remember when my dog, like 15 years ago or whatever, Indy, he was a fat rat terrier. He was like obese. We had barbecue chicken, and my brother put a barbecue chicken bone on his collar, and just watching him try to like munch at it was very funny. Also, that fat son of a bitch, one time I had a chili dog on like a table, and it was near the couch. That motherfucker got up there and ate that hot dog in like a second. Like, like he was fucking Yoshi or something like that. And I was mad at him, but I was also impressed about how fast he ate that hot dog. So I was like, damn, it's pretty impressive, but fuck you. What about you, Michael? Horror stories?
Yeah, I don't have anything too dramatic. One time when Ramon was here to visit, our rice cooker just like stopped working, and it was just one of those, it was like everything else was ready, like the chicken was out of the oven, everything was ready, and the rice cooker like beeped that it was done, and I opened it and it was still full of water, and I was like, oh god. And we ended up buying a new rice cooker immediately after that. But then it was like, the chicken's fucking cooked. Now I gotta like figure out a new side dish, and the chicken ended up being kind of dry because I had to sit out for like a half hour while I made another food. Somewhat recently, I accidentally, when I lit the charcoal and like, I dumped the coals into the charcoal basket, I forgot to open up the bottom vent on the grill. So when I came back out with like my veggies to like, fry them over the coals, the grill was like cooling down. And I was like, oh shit. And so I open up the vents, I got the lid off, and I'm like blowing on the coals to try to get them like reactivated. Thankfully, I was doing the veggies and not going straight to the steak, because otherwise I would have, had to deal with that sitting out and all that. But yeah, luckily, knock on wood, nothing too dramatic, but just minor annoyances.
Yeah. Okay. Glad nothing too alarming. All right. Let's see here. Dexterous Joe. Oh, no, we already read that. I think that's all we need. Was there someone else? Yes, there's Randy Newman and Bob Dylan joining Jay-Z on his podcast. Okay.
Did that happen? It's very specific.
I don't know, dude. Hello, Pushing Up, a weightlifting podcast. Please share with your audience your most hated DOMs. No, I don't mean Dom No Neck Santiago, or the guy from Fast and Furious that says family every 15 seconds, but delayed onset muscle soreness. For me, it's hamstrings. No contest. Walking or bending over the slightest amount becomes a challenge, and the overly energy drain puts me in a grumpy mood. Thanks and take care.
No, hammies are tough. Like
hammies,
that.
Yeah.
That is bad. Worst for me is usually glutes, only because you don't realize how much you use them until they hurt. And suddenly it's like everything hurts. Getting up off the couch, getting up off the toilet, rolling yourself out of bed. It's like, oh my God, you're hurting in places that like you didn't even know you had muscles there, basically. And it's like, holy shit. So last week I accidentally, I skipped doing the Theragun. I always use it on leg day, and I skipped it like an idiot. And the next day, because I felt fine by bedtime, I was like, oh, I feel great.
Yeah.
I woke up the next day just getting out of bed. It was just like torture. And I was like, and it lasted like 2 whole days. It's like my glutes were just fucking killing me. And I'm like, this is madness, you know? Never, I won't skip the Theragun again. I will not be so foolish.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time I was like really sore from an exercise. It's been a while because I've been doing it frequently for a while now. I mean,
it's more when I change things up. So like yesterday, I did a new shoulder routine, and because I always do like upper body, lower body, like split, and generally I'll have like very light soreness in my arms the next day, but it's nothing major. And today, like my shoulders are like burning because yesterday I did a more shoulder focused routine, and then it was like, oh yeah, really feeling it now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't like do like I'm gonna be more shoulder focused, I guess, this time than usual. It's more like I have like my days and I hit every muscle group a certain amount of times per week. So I haven't really felt that in a long time. I guess when it used to happen to me more, it was like legs, maybe quads or something like that. But luckily I haven't had like soreness from working out for a very long time. I've tweaked stuff and been like, oh fuck. Yeah. Maybe it's like, I don't feel like, how should I say? I don't feel like sore from like working out from lifting. It's more just like, sometimes like my shoulders feel a little stiff or something like that. I've noticed. It's just been more like that of like, I should stretch that more. I don't stretch enough, so I should be doing that more in general. Because like I can kind of feel some like tightness sometimes on my left shoulder, particular from skateboarding and hockey. I think it's a little more fucked up, but nothing's stopping me from exercising.
You're getting beat up over the years. That's why I try to still incorporate like Pure Barre or Pilates each week, because those do have a lot of stretching and like flexibility focus. So I try to always do at least one of those classes each week, just to kind of keep that going, because otherwise it's like, if I drop that, I'm not going to stretch. Yeah. I'm just not going to do it.
No, I get it, dude.
I need someone to tell me to do it.
I know. I get it. I should be doing more stretching though, too. That's something I should try to improve upon. Even if it's just like a couple stretches more than I do. I got to get on that. But haven't been hurt from it. The last thing I hurt was like around my wrist, and that was from doing forearm stuff. But it's like 85% better, I would say now. So I can pretty much do most of everything. Just a little lighter, I would say. But I'm going to get back there, motherfucker. All right, Micah, let's talk about some Nintendo stuff. Weird week for Nintendo news. Not a whole lot. Of course, the Mario movie was the main focus, but this kind of ties into the Mario movie, which is, I almost put that in the wrong tab again. Saved. There is a Switch 2 Mario Galaxy 1+2 kind of bundle deal going on right now. I'm going to read this off Nintendo's website. New limited time offer brings together Nintendo Switch 2 and Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2. Purchase the Nintendo Switch 2 system with Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 at select retailers and save $20 from April 12th to May 9th. And they have a lot more information writing down here. April is shaping up to be a cosmic-sized month for Mario. After seeing the Super Mario movie in theaters nationwide, players can start their own adventure with the limited time offer from Nintendo. Are they saying anything else different here? Let's see. April 12th through 9th. Yeah. So this counts if you buy physical or digital as well. So you could save $20 basically. So like what? A Switch 2 is what? $450 pretty much without the game, I think, without Mario Kart. And Super Mario Galaxy is $70 for 1 and 2. So you could get for $50. So you could spend $500 for Switch 2 and Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. And honestly, those two games are fucking incredible. So I think that is a hell of a deal. I don't think this is the deal to set people over the edge to get a Switch 2, but I think it's a nice little bonus. They are older games though, to be fair, very old, but they are two incredible video games that of course synergize with the movie. So I'm at least happy they're doing that. I wish it was a little more than $20. I think if it was like $30, $40, $50, off or something like that. 50 may be too extreme, but even like 40, I think would have been sick. But Micah, I don't know. Do you think this is a good idea for Nintendo to do?
Yeah, I like seeing this. I think they should try to capitalize on the movie. It's just one of those things of, like we've discussed with like rising prices and everything, a discount's a discount. So if I didn't have a Switch 2 and I wanted this game, I'd be like, it's like you said, it's not a Black Friday doorbuster deal, but there are definitely people who are going to say, it's $20 off, and I was going to buy it. So this would be the time to do it. And it's not such a limited time that you have to I got to make a decision right now. You have until May to think about it and ruminate. And if you're like me, once you decide that you want something and you say, I'll think about it, then you just think about it for 2 weeks and end up buying it.
Yeah. It hasn't started yet. It starts the 12th, by the way, in April. So if you're one of those people that may be considering that, got to wait a few more days. Also, if you purchase 2 select games featuring Mario at Best Buy, you receive a free gift, which is this steelbook for the 40th anniversary of Mario, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a steelbook person. I know many people are, though, including you.
I am.
What do you think of the steelbook? Do you see it?
No, this is sick because it holds 3, 6, 9. This holds 24 games?
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. In terms of game storage, I mostly keep my games in the cases. I have a few that I keep in the little Switch 2 containers. It's the Switch case containers, that come with the case. I have a couple games that I always bring traveling, for example, that this live in there. But this is it's a really cool design, first of all. And I like this if you want to consolidate your storage a bit. It looks sleek. And it's no bigger than a game case. It's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I could play all of these games on Switch 2, which is on this case. I'm like, that's pretty nice. So you don't, that's something you got a lot with Nintendo back in the day. Especially with Zelda. You sure can't play all those games on Switch 2.
Things just be locked on those old consoles. And of course, it's the meme. There was the meme of some guy fainting, and it was Nintendo hearing that you're emulating a 30-year-old game that you can't play anywhere else.
But this is good timing, I guess, because Mario Galaxy games. There's Super Mario Wonder plus Bella Bell Park is also out now. I need to do a report on that game. I need to investigate that more, the content they've added. So I'm kind of curious about it, but I'm not buying that right now. I need to look up information on it.
They didn't sell you on it with that weird direct with
oh yeah,
the guy from IGN and the other people.
Yeah, we were making fun of. Yeah, that was a awkward direct. Talking Flower though, Micah. How much is this?
Talking Flower. Have you bought it yet?
No. $35.
You gotta buy one.
No, I'm not buying it.
Brad, just buy one.
No, what am I gonna do? It's
you put it in your bathroom or something. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it'd be funny for maybe 20 seconds on the show. Maybe.
You bought Alarmo, Brad.
I know. Well, Alarmo is actually kind of sick, Waking up to Animal Crossing music is pretty cool.
He's an Alarmo apologist now.
And hearing Tom Nook talk to you and stuff like that when you're waking up, it's pretty good, Micah.
You make those sounds anyways, Red. You just do that anyways.
I know, but I can have someone do it for me now. So it's pretty nice. I'll tell you what, if someone sends me this flower, listeners, then I'll check it out. But I'm not buying it. If it's $20 on sale sometime, I'll buy it for $20.
If they have a Black Friday deal.
If they have a Black Friday.
And the Wonder Flower is on sale.
$20 though, not a penny more. That's the most I'll do to talk about.
If it was $20 and 1 penny, you wouldn't buy it.
No. It's I don't even want it, It's the flowers are kind of cool in Mario Wonder, but I'm not super into them. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to be crucified for this, but the flowers may be my least favorite part of Mario Wonder.
No, I understand that.
I don't want him.
Understandable.
I don't want him in my house, except for the meme. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't want him here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless you change the language, that'd be funny. Can I make it?
That would be funny. A Japanese
because I set my Roomba to Japanese, so I don't know I genuinely don't know what it's saying. It's not helpful when Roomba needs something from me, and I just hear oh, and I'm like, hello, Roomba. But it's fun. It's quite charming that it speaks Japanese.
That is very charming. Now I'm on Nintendo's store, just looking at a bunch of their shit on here.
We can't do that. They have too much good stuff.
I know. I'm Breath of the Wild vinyl box set, dude, pretty sick.
Oh,
194
let me.
bucks.
Okay, so Cheap Ass Gamer tweeted yesterday there are these Pikmin keychains. I'm linking it to you now.
Okay.
And I immediately ordered one. I also ordered one for a pal who will remain nameless because I want them to be surprised. These things don't come out till June, but I'm very excited about this. These keychains. It's a keychain. You can pluck the Pikmin out of it and then put it back.
Who's this white Pikmin? This guy looks freaky.
Oh yeah, they like the glow in the dark ones or whatever.
I don't like their eyes, dude. They're like
I don't
eyes.
want that one. These are blind boxes, unfortunately. So I hope I get a good one. I usually hate blind boxes. I kind of wish the rock Pikmin was here. That's my favorite.
The rock one is sick, and the ice one are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really pulling for yellow. I hope I get yellow. I'm just hoping I get red, blue, or yellow, and not. I'm sorry, Mr. Purple and the white one. I don't like those ones.
Yeah, they got some nice like female. Like joggers here with peach on them and toad. Those are pretty cool, actually. Here, I'll show you them. Pretty sick, dude. Yeah, we're going off the deep end again.
This is what happens, though. You go on the Nintendo website. There's so much cool stuff. And it's like, man, those joggers look pretty good.
Yeah, those are kind of cool, actually.
I'm glad those are sold out because I would maybe have bought that.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. All right, let me close this. Yeah, it's going to get too crazy.
Okay. You can't. You're spending your whole paycheck over here at the Nintendo store.
I know. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Pokemon Champions is out now. I completely forgot about this game, and I'm still kind of confused on what it is, but apparently it's a free-to-start battle-focused competitive game releasing on April 8th, which is out today for listeners, for Nintendo Switch 2 and mobile devices. So it's basically, I'm guessing, just a battle form of the game they can battle other players on. I'll try to read. I like a little unprepared for this just because I just saw it as we were recording, and I was like, oh yeah, I should at least touch that is coming out. Looks like it works with Pokemon Home, which is cool. I need to investigate Pokemon Home because I have some Pokemon now in some games. I would like to keep Chungus around if I can, my Blastoise. Let him carry on through future generations. I don't know if I have Bilbo still. I don't know if I can transfer him. He might be too. That's from Pokemon Gold, the original, so I don't know if that'll be able to work, but that's pretty cool.
So it lets you like move your Pokemon and trade them around between various
generations
games
and stuff. Yeah, like your Pokemon that you've had from it. Yeah, but this battle thing, me and Micah clearly aren't going to play this, listeners. So if you're interested in this game.
Maybe we will. I don't know. Look at this cool diagram they got. It's this like explanation they have about depositing and withdrawing Pokemon. Why is this so complicated? What the hell is it?
Me and Micah will not play this, listeners. So what I want from one of you listeners is if you're going to be playing this, and if you play, I want you to write in with your impressions of this game and inform me and Micah about this, because this ain't happening for me and Micah.
No, I might check this out, Brad. I don't like being told what to do.
No,
maybe it's free. You said free.
Free to start.
I won't pay money for it.
Free to start.
And it's on iOS, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe I'll try it, Brad. Okay, maybe I'll surprise you.
Report back.
I'm John Locke from Lost. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Okay.
It's like his catchphrase.
I know what you will do, though. I'm not going to tell you what I will know.
Try it. I might try it. You know, I don't like your tone right now.
Okay.
I'm going to try.
I would love for you to try
Champions?
I just doubt it. But I would love for you to try it. Yeah, report back. Give me your impressions. We'll see what Micah thinks about it.
I'm going to go on the App Store and I'll say one Pokemon Champions, please.
Okay. All right. You better report back next week then.
I sure will.
Yeah, you sure will, I'm sure. All right. Next quick little thing right here. We're getting some new Kirby NSO user icons. Micah, you're a big Kirby enthusiast. What do you think about some of these icons? Which one's your favorite?
So I really like this old school Kirby where he's got like the tiny little eyes.
Yeah.
And like I like that a lot. King Dedede, always great.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kirby, man. I like him no matter how I see him. He's fantastic. A little pink puffball.
Yeah. So there's 6 available. There's Kirby as like Cupid almost looking like. Then there's 2 Waddle Dees. Then there's Kirby as like a box with a sharp, like a box with sharp teeth, a bow, and like a leaf or something coming out. I don't know what the hell that's from.
I'm unsure what the hell that is.
Yeah. Then we have like the older Kirby design of Kirby and King Dedede and little Spike Boy rolling around here. Just a little Switch icons. I've had my same icon, I think, since Switch 1 came out. The same day. It's been Ganondorf from Twilight Princess the entire time. I don't think I've changed it once that I can recall. But I do like that Nintendo has a lot of different icons you can grab and all that kind of stuff. Especially you could spend your little coins to get them, which is fun.
Yeah, I'm boring. I've had mine as my Mii for
that's a classic one, yeah.
And the thing is, it's fun. It's actually just funny because like age group wise, it's like, yeah, my best friend also has hers as a Mii. My sister has hers as a Mii. And it's just like interesting. Us, 30s gals have all stuck with the Mii creations as our icons. Mm-hmm. I just find that a little surprising.
Boring bitches.
No, well, yeah, but you get to pick the pose. You get to pick the pose of your Mii, all right? Mm-hmm. And they're also, it's the throwback Mii is what I kept mine as, with like the really blocky, like Wii hair.
Yeah.
Like I left mine like that. So it's a little nostalgic.
Okay, yeah, the Miis. We'll get a lot more from your Miis going on in Tomodachi Life coming out soon.
Yes! Oh my god. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to take a screenshot to show how tall you were compared to Colin and I, because I shrunk us down. And I just made you the tallest possible.
I'm like 2 inches taller than Colin in real life.
That is not true. You're like 6'5", 380.
380, dude? That'd be insane. Holy shit. That's like that's more than double my weight, I think.
Guy comes in looking like fucking Yokozuna or something.
Yeah, big boy. Big ass motherfucker. All right, well, stay tuned, users, for Micah's impressions on Tomodachi Life in the future, and of course, Pokemon Champions from her as well. So please be excited about that. You know what? Tonight I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna look at all the like avatars they've added for NSO. I think they take some away after time. Like there's limited time ones, I think.
I believe so.
But I need to see what's going on in there. It's been a while. It's just going to be a Zelda thing, though, probably, or Donkey Kong that I'd pick, though. But I don't know if I should change. I've had the same Ganondorf for...
That's where I'm at, though, right? I'll see a cool one, and I think, yeah, but I've had this as my Mii. Where else does she get to exist, Yeah. Like, the Miis are kind of gone. I'm not going to go play Wii Bowling or some shit, so it's the only way I get to see her.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Can I find my picture of my Zelda one? They're showing Tears of the Kingdom ones. It's not Tears of the Kingdom, it's... Twilight Princess. Let me see if I can find it on here still. Princess. Do they still have it? I can't find it on here. What a shame. I hope it's still available, though. All right, let's see here. Micah, the Mario Galaxy movie, which we are going to talk about later, had a very strong first week opening, despite the reviews it got, which were... I'd have... Look it up real quick while I read this, Micah. The movie review scores or all that kind of stuff. I'm going to read this from my Nintendo news. We have been getting daily data about how the Super Mario... let me start all this again. Blah, blah, blah. We have been getting daily data. I see daily and I immediately want to say daily double. We've been getting daily data about how the Super Mario Galaxy movie is performing in cinemas. And so it will come as no surprise to some of you that the beautifully animated movie is currently the biggest box office opening of the year so far. The runner-up is currently the film adaptation of Project Hail Mary. The Hollywood Reporter says the latest Mario movie is aiming for 372.5 million total internationally. The original Super Mario movies was the second highest grossing release of 2023 with 1.3 billion worldwide. So this movie is off to a phenomenal start in terms of money it's making, which is good news for Nintendo. Very good. Micah, what were the kind of scores it was receiving? I'm trying to remember.
Well, so right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 42% on the tomato meter, which is like the professional reviews, 89% on the popcorn meter, which is the fan reviews. Okay. So it is getting rated pretty poorly by the critics. I believe, didn't IGN give it like a 6? Yeah. So, but yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes score compared to the popcorn score of the users, yeah, IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. So they rated it just okay.
Okay. Well, Mario making tons of money right now. I'm curious to see where it'll end up when all things are said and done. I don't know if the movie's out in Japan actually.
It is not,
That's
because
crazy.
Genki was lamenting on Twitter that so much, like, and he didn't mean like users want, like Nintendo themselves putting up more posters showing characters and scenes, and he's like, stop, we haven't seen it yet, like you're ruining the
Yeah,
movie. Like Nintendo
dude.
themselves is sharing so much. It looks like RogerEbert.com gave it a 1.5 out of 4.
Okay. I saw Gene reviewed it too. I forgot what he gave it. He might have given it like 2.5 stars out of 4. I forgot what he wrote exactly. I can look it up.
Wait a sec, is Roger Ebert still alive?
I don't know.
No, he died years ago. That's okay. I was very confused that RogerEbert.com was still a thing, just because I was like, that guy died a while ago.
Like a protege.
But yeah, he is. Well, there's other critics operating on his website here. They did not like it.
Yeah, Mario movie doesn't come out until April 24th in Japan. That's quite the gap. I wonder why.
Yeah. Right? What does that have to deal with?
I mean, you would think it'd be out in Japan early because it's Japanese product and all that kind of stuff.
It's their shit.
Yeah, it's their
shit.
They
made Mario.
It's very weird to me. I don't know what's going on there with that, but that sucks. Because we got it on the 1st. So we got it, we got it like 3 weeks before they did. That's crazy. More than 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it, we also lamented that, like, geez, Nintendo spoiling their own movie, and Colin had said that when we were at the theater, at a certain point, he's like, this would have been so cool if I didn't know it was coming, and I was like, but we would have been spoiled on it because we didn't see it day one. Like, I'm still disappointed that Nintendo themselves spoiled some of the big stuff. But I'm like, there's no chance we wouldn't have been spoiled. People would have been sharing it on Twitter 2 minutes after they saw it. So, yeah. And we saw it, almost a week late, which shouldn't be a thing. But I'm like, we would have been spoiled. There's no chance.
Yeah, 0% chance. All right, Micah, let's talk about what we've been playing. You were on Summon Sign yesterday, so we talked much in depth about what we've been playing. Anything else you want to report on or follow-ups, anything like that, or you just want to keep it brief?
I'll just give a brief overview because these are both new games for Punching Up. I haven't talked about them on here at all. So I have started Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the Game Boy Advance version that's on Nintendo Switch Online. I'm really liking it. It's a cute little puzzle platformer. I wasn't sure if I'd be super into it. Would the timer make me too antsy? I wasn't feeling it at first. But they really do kind of slowly introduce new skills and abilities and make the puzzles like a little more challenging, just bit by bit, to warm you up to it. And it's a simple enough game that I have been having a ton of fun with it. I had said on Summon Sign that ever since I played Is This Seat Taken, I had been kind of cautiously looking around for, like, are there any other puzzle games that are kind of in the cozy sphere? This isn't really, because it does have a timer, enemies, obstacles, but it's low stakes. It's very low stakes and just not complicated. So I'm enjoying the game a lot more than I expected. I definitely recommend it. I was curious about getting the remake version, but you had noted that they had added like new worlds to it, and one of them was like a icy themed. And I was like, I hate that. I hate the slippery ice mechanics in Mario games, like the absolute most. So I'm going to stick with the NSO version, but so far it's really fun. There's a good amount of variety between, you've got the puzzles. Each world has this little like escort mission that you do with the little Mario dolls kind of following you around. And you get a little boss fight with Donkey Kong. So far it has just been just fun, just pure fun. Not much else to say about it. It's not like there's some grand story, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm also playing Langrisser 1 Remake, which was recommended by a listener after I said how much I loved Brigandine Legend of Runersia. And this is a tactical strategy RPG. It is very similar to Brigandine because you have commanders and you hire mercenaries. There are some big differences where, like, you don't level up your mercenaries like you do in Brigandine, leveling up the monsters. In this game, you just level up your commanders, and how strong they are translates to how strong your mercenaries are. You also, though, like you don't have to outfit everybody. You're only outfitting your commanders with armor and weapons and stuff. So the management is really light, which I like. It's super streamlined in that way. Other like facets of Brigandine that it has are that your commanders have like a sphere of influence around them. So your mercenaries are stronger when they're closer. You also, though, have a kind of to gamble, because if your commander is taken out or you take out an enemy commander, all their units go off the board with them. So you do want to strategize and keep your units close for protection, but also you want to kind of be speedy and like eliminate as many of the enemy as you can to bump up that XP. But if things get hairy, you can take out the enemy commander and poof, all 6 of their guys come off the board with them. So I've been really enjoying this game. The soundtrack, though, I noted, like the loop is just too short. It's not that the music's bad, but the loop during battle is way too short. So it has happily become a podcast game. It's all voiced in Japanese anyways, so you have to read the dialogue. I'm not missing some great vocal performances. There's not much dialogue or much story in the first place, but it's been super fun and I'm really enjoying kind of getting into it. It has its own version of like the weapon wheel of weakness from Fire Emblem, but it isn't very punishing yet. Like you'll do reduced damage, but like in Fire Emblem, you might do like 0 damage against an enemy of like the wrong weapon type. In this game, you do reduced damage, but it's still worth attacking, for example. So as of now, it's not as punishing as one of those games. It's been pretty simplistic to get into. I'm liking it a lot. It's also not supposed to be a very long game. It's supposed to be around 20 hours. So an excellent kind of palate cleanser in between Pokopia, which I spent like 45 hours with, according to my Switch profile, and Tomodachi Life, which is going to be my life when that comes out. God knows how many hours I'm going to put into that.
Okay. Very nice. For me, I talked about this yesterday, just a little bit about Mr. Sleepy Man. I'll keep it brief. Mr. Sleepy Man is a very bizarre 3D platformer that takes inspiration from stuff like Majora's Mask. You can clearly tell with a time mechanic where you have a certain amount of time to do stuff. But this game has like I did say this, it has like a weird dreamy kind of vibe to it. Lots of purples and stuff like that. Very, as a kid growing up in the 90s, it definitely feels like nostalgic in a lot of that kind of sense. Like some of the stuff reminds me of weird Chuck E. Cheese shit, like characters like kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but not exactly like that. These like weird animatronic things, they kind of remind me of that, like some weird mice guys that call you a wise guy constantly, stuff like that. But it is a very bizarre game with interesting writing, like where you encounter a bunch of characters in this town and other locations that have things like a bear who's having marital problems and stuff like that. It has a very interesting sense of humor where it's like semi-dark, but it's not like overly dark where it gets like insanely uncomfortable or anything like that. Just like a few lines here and there, you're just like, huh, that's a little sinister, I suppose, stuff like that. But it is a cool game. I do like it. It has a very open-ended nature in how you tackle things and where you can go and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really hold your hand in that sense. It lets you kind of just go pretty much anywhere that you could figure out how to get to, which I think is really cool. But if you're someone who likes a lot of direction in your platformers to kind of tell you where to go or have like very, very clear goals, this may not be the one for you. But I think it's a really interesting game. I definitely want to finish it. I don't know when I'll get to play more of it, hopefully soon, but I do like it. It's only on PC right now. It's going to be coming to Switch later, though. So if you want to wait, you can check it out there. And I didn't talk about this on Summon Sign, but I did finish Oracle of Ages, Zelda. I finished it earlier this weekend. And man, that is a longer game than I remembered, and it's a much tougher game, I should say, in terms of puzzles and stuff like that. Oracle of Ages is the more puzzle-focused entry out of that and Seasons, but some of these dungeons are like pretty complex for like 2D. Like the most 2D or the most complex 2D Zelda dungeons I can recall off the top of my head. I haven't played through Minish Cap in a very long time, but you did, Micah. Do you remember if the dungeons were very like difficult puzzle wise?
I felt like a moderate difficulty. I remember getting like stuck a couple times and needing to consult a guide, but it wasn't a game that left me like really stumped. I'd say it was like a moderate challenge.
Okay. But yeah, and I want to be clear, this isn't like so difficult where it's like impossible to figure out kind of thing like that. I did, but it was just a lot of trial and error. Like one dungeon is like a water themed dungeon, and it's like the water temple where it has multiple floors you go through, and you raise the water level multiple different levels with different switches. And like I was just trying to remember how the problem with this is, which is a big problem for me in some Zelda games, especially the 2D ones, is if I'm doing a dungeon and I leave, like I stop playing, then I come back later, I'm like, fuck, what was I doing again like that? 3D ones, much easier for me to remember due to visual cues, but in this one, I definitely had like 2 occasions where I was like, fuck, what the hell was I doing? Where was that room again? When you had like 4 floors and I'm trying to find this one specific spot. Took me a little bit, but it's a really cool game. I really enjoyed it. Really fun time mechanics, swapping between the future and the past. Great to see stuff like Goron's animated and like Game Boy Color sprites and Zoras and all that kind of stuff. Some friendly or familiar Zelda races. But I did finish it. I got a lot of the quests done. Like there's some cool optional stuff like the boomerang is an optional item in the game. You just get from like a mini game. There's a lot of mini games in like the game where you can do like riding on a cart and shooting like stuff at rupees to break for Goron stuff, which was fun. Or like a baseball kind of type mini game. Like think of Yakuza, the baseball mini game. It's kind of like that, but you're swinging your sword here, which is cool. I did that, and I did the whole trading quest. I got the it's not the Master Sword. It's like the Noble Sword, I want to say it's called. So I did that. I beat the game. Once you beat the game, you get a password system that you can carry over into the other version of the games, which is now Seasons, which I'm going to be doing. So I carried all that stuff over, and some of the narrative carries over into that version. It's like you defeated the boss of this game. Now you got to do the boss of this game. And they kind of reference that like you've beaten the other game, which is really cool. And I just started Seasons. I'm not super far into it, but I'm very excited to revisit it, especially because they're completely different maps. They're completely different games, which is pretty ambitious at the time when both these games came out on the same day. Like you think of Pokemon Red and Blue or something like that, people do, and it's like, okay, well, it's pretty much the same game, just you'd have some different Pokemon you can get. It's like, no, these are completely different games that connect in a pretty meaningful way, in a really cool way, using a password system. So I got some stuff that carried over, like I have an extra heart, I think like that. I can get some different weapons that I couldn't get unless I played the other game first, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to finishing that, because it's been, like I said, I haven't played through these all the way since probably 2001. So it's been a while, but I'm really enjoying them. Really cool music. Really, I love the way the game looks. Those Game Boy sprites, very cute. Good shit. So I'll report back when I finish it sometime in the future. It'll probably be a couple weeks, so. All right, I think that's all for what we've been playing, unless there's anything else for you, Micah.
No, I'm gonna keep chugging away at Langrisser and Mario versus Donkey Kong, because I really am enjoying it. So this is one I'd like to see it through. I don't know how difficult it's gonna get though with the timing towards the end of the game. Ben had mentioned he thought that the timer started to get a bit shorter, because I was like, it's pretty generous as of now, and he's like, so we'll see, because I don't like tension. I don't like feeling tense. That's what I hate the most. That's why I stopped playing The Blob 2. I remember, because I hated the timer so much. I was like, all I want to do was paint the world, and you added a timer and made it horrible. I remember sending that back to Gamefly being so fucking mad. So we'll see at what point the timer gets to me.
Have you ever played a game called Unfinished Swan? It was a PS3 game.
Remember originally. It. I watched my roommate play that back in the day.
Okay. It's like, that's the kind of game where it's like you can just take your time and throw paint blobs at shit and reveal stuff.
Yes.
I wonder if you would like that. Maybe not, though. Never know with you. Because there is like a narrative and all that kind of stuff, and I could see Micah not being into that. But
that's the thing. I don't remember disliking it. I watched him play it. I remember thinking it was kind of, is it kind of artsy though? If it's like Journey slop, I'm not into that, you know. Flower slop.
It's kind of artsy. Yeah, I would say it is. Yeah, it is. Journey slot, dude. Come on, man. All right. Let's see here. Interesting little thing right here. There is going to be a Pokemon themed space, Pokopia themed space in London, not just Pokemon.
This is so cute.
I'm going to read this off Pokemon.com/UK or whatever. Celebrate Pokemon Pokopia by visiting the beautiful Pokopia Gardens. Touch grass both in-game and out. There's nothing more relaxing lately than curling up and enjoying the wonders of Pokemon Pokopia. And if you're looking to enjoy some of the same beauty you encounter in-game in real life, we have an experience for you. Pokemon is collaborating with local organizations and businesses in London, United Kingdom, Paris, France, and Berlin, Germany to create several Pokopia gardens, beautiful Pokemon-themed paradises aimed at bringing communities together and free to enter public spaces for some serious Pokemon fun. See below for the addresses. Okay, so here's all the addresses. This is for London. The Mount Acton, London, W39W. I don't know what that nearest station is. Action Town. Acton Town? I like calling it Action Town, though.
It's like Action Park.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. These spaces will feature a curated selection of flora inspired by the game's charming art style and familiar Pokemon friends, living walls and Pokemon-inspired terrariums that will make you feel like you've never turned off your Nintendo Switch 2. Don't forget, either, these spaces will be available to the public 24/7 at free of charge for the duration of the collaboration, so feel free to visit them wherever you like. Plus, you can add a bit of extra discovery to your day while exploring a Pokemon garden, Pokemon, blah, 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 gym. Wait, okay. Pokemon, Pokopia-themed gym, and Poke stops on site in Pokemon Go. Okay, so they're, of course, incorporating all that kind of shit. You can even save the postcards of your postcard book. What? There's a wait, hold on. Pokemon Go. Oh, in the game, there's like a postcard book, I guess.
They added postcards? I haven't played Pokemon Go in years.
You might not be able to get humid, but we hope you'll enjoy the real-life dose of Pokemon Pokopia trainers. All right, listeners, if you are in one of these areas and you want to go to these, please post images of this in our Discord, the Punching Up thread. I would like to see these. And if you do that, we'll talk about it on the show because this sounds cool. I imagine this is going to be a very small section, very small kind of thing. But I want to see it. I want to see what's going on here, you know? There's a cute little Ditto and like a clear Pokemon ball here. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, they got the Mosslax in the background.
Mosslax? Yeah. I want to see what they got cooking. Micah, what do you think about this?
No, this does look fantastic, and I really enjoyed my time with Pokopia. It's a super cute idea to have all the little Poke friends in a real garden, open 24/7. Though that sounds like a recipe for disaster. But
yeah,
but I'm an American, and I just see the bad in everything. I'm like, some homeless guy's gonna beat off in there, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I think that's a reasonable expectation, honestly.
I mean, literally, you brought Dustin to California on a trip and you saw horrible things. That poor boy right out of Pennsylvania. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for big city living.
Yeah, LA.
Jesus Christ.
Shithole. All right. So like I said, if you're going there, you do go there, post it in the Punching Up Discord thread. So I want to see that shit. All right, Micah. Trouble. Alarm bells. Ring them. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream has leaked online. And I saw people getting physical copies of this game already. So, if you're worried about Tomodachi Life spoilers, is that even possible in this game? I don't know. Who the hell knows? But the game is out, and I'm sure someone is uploading it to the internet already. Like, Tears of the Kingdom, I think, came out like a week before, maybe even more before the game actually came out online with pirates, so it's going to be up there right now. But the game is like what? Is it the 16th that it comes out?
I believe so.
So
yes.
Next Thursday. So I mean, I guess if you're worried about something with this game, I don't even know if it's possible. I don't know enough about that. Watch out.
I guess there could be spoilers in the way that, as you've observed maybe from the demo on Twitter, people were encountering similar scenarios in the demo space and everyone kind of having similar conversations in those initial interactions with the Miis. I guess you could spoil some of what those conversations, like scenarios, could end up being, but still it's your user input and your Miis that add the flair and the charm. So I don't know. Is it a spoiler that's going to ruin the experience? I doubt it. Because even the Nintendo Directs about Tomodachi Life, you know, they showed quite a bit. They showed like the love triangle and how like your Miis can fall for each other and the chaos that ensues when multiple Miis are in love with the same Mii. They showed a lot in that demo. that you now know those scenarios could play out in your town. So I guess that's really the spoiler, or items as well, what's available at the convenience store and clothing options. But is that going to ruin the experience for me if I see it? Definitely not. These aren't high stakes spoilers.
Right. So we'll see. The game is coming out very soon. Very soon. But I guess keep your head down if you care about that. If it's even possible. I don't know.
Yeah, mute it on Twitter. Mute Tomodachi Life.
All right. I just saw this as we were recording, so I'm going to throw it in here as well. No, not that. Here we go. This is the correct thing right here. There we go. Okay. So Takaya Imamura, who is a Nintendo, he's not Nintendo anymore, but he worked at Nintendo for years, and he was like a designer or a artist and stuff like that. Director, supervisor on a bunch of games. Like, I think he designed like the Star Fox characters and stuff like that, or worked at graphics designs there. And he worked on stuff like Majora's Mask. I think he designed Tingle, actually. But he doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. But he is worried about Link speaking in the Zelda movie. I'm going to read his tweet. He tweeted this out just in relation to the movie. And he said, I'm a little worried that the moment Link speaks, the magic of Zelda that everyone has nurtured in their hearts might suddenly fade away. And I saw this, I was like, that's kind of interesting because Link hasn't really spoken. I mean, he has and stuff in the past, like the Zelda cartoon, which we all know, the excuse me, Prince, like, and shit like that. Spoke a lot in that. But in games, he doesn't really speak too much. He might say a few words here or there. Like Wind Waker, he famously says a couple things, like, come on, and stuff like that. But he hasn't had like full dialogue. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, he doesn't speak at all. But he's kind of worried about this, and I could see this, but Mike, at the same time, I'm like, you have him in the movie and not say really anything? Anything? Like, yeah. I don't need him speaking a lot. He could be a very quiet character. It's like maybe a few words, a couple sentences here and there. I don't know. I don't know how that'll work in a movie with him not saying anything. But what do you think about this?
So that's the thing is, in the movie, which we don't know a ton about yet, if Link is by himself a lot, let's say he's questing for Zelda or whatever, you can't just have him silent the whole time. It'd be weird. I'm saying this as someone who enjoys Zelda games now, as like a recent fan of the last couple of years. I already think it's kind of weird he don't talk, Mm-hmm. It's already weird. And I got to suspend my disbelief that everyone's talking in full sentences and he's just like, hiya. So I'm like, all right. So in my head, he does talk, and that's because that makes sense in the world. So I don't know. Am I personally going to find the magic ruined? No. Because otherwise he's going to need some sort of companion the whole time to speak and fill the dead air. Otherwise, what's the movie?
Yeah,
we're doing a fucking silent film from the 30s or some shit.
Yeah, that's usually been the thing with the games, is there's a character that speaks for him kind of thing. And I think Link should always be a quiet character. I don't want him being super chatty necessarily. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I think he's better as a more stoic, quiet character.
Yeah, you can play him off as like a shy, because they appear somewhat young in the movie. So it's like, I don't know, he can be like kind of shy and quiet, but he's got to say something. Yeah, maybe they'll just say he's like severely autistic or something. I don't know. Or they give him some, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they said he has like trauma or some shit in the movie where he like doesn't speak a lot. He had his tongue ripped out by a bokoblin, and that's why he don't speak. I don't know. But I'm okay with Link speaking a bit. I don't want him being fucking crazy chatty, but I think he can talk a little bit. I think with Zelda, like, and they have been doing this, they kind of need to push the series forward in some ways. They've been doing it, obviously. So I hope they continue to do that a little bit, but you got to be careful with it. It's a delicate situation here. Oh, so sure. Because like you said, like the CDI games, like Wanda Gamelon and stuff, he's like a buffoon. Yeah. Oh, boy. How about a kiss? Yeah. I love the dongos. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, like he's fucking strange. But honestly, it's like, did that ruin it? No. It was weird. People
Yeah, that
didn't
game had
like
more
it.
problems than
Not because
that.
he talked. That's not what the problem was.
Yeah, definitely bigger problems than that. That's for sure. Holy shit.
Those games are so fucking funny. They're
Yeah,
not
they're
supposed to
insane.
be.
They are
Like
insane video games.
those are some of the best Game Grumps playthroughs. They're just madness.
Those games are so bad, dude. I fucking hate them. They're not even fun to me in like an ironic way, where it's like, yeah, you know, it's a shitty game. It's like, just fucking hate it.
Exactly. It's what we talked about on Summon Sign yesterday. I used to love going on the Xbox like arcade section where all the really cheap indie games and just playing weird stuff. And sometimes you'd have some real gems in there, like Try Not to Fart, a classic. And then you'd have just super weird shit. And they weren't very good, but it's like, I paid 50 cents for this. It's fine. You paid 99 cents for a game. You get an hour out of it. It's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, well, we'll see. The Zelda movie comes out next year, so we'll see then. I'm really, really curious to see who they get as like Ganondorf, and all that kind of shit. We'll see. They got to be good looking, dude. They got to be a hot dude, Micah. There's gonna be a lot of women rioting.
I don't know. I think I'm the only one who gives a shit, but
Oscar Isaac.
Who was that again? I don't remember who that was.
Yeah, is he Micah approved?
This guy is a face. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, this is acceptable. It'd be great. It'd be great if they could get the guy from the Gilded Age. I think his name is George.
The Gilded Age? George?
Yeah. Okay, just type in Gilded Age George. His name is Morgan Spector. He's just also just an old person.
Okay.
He'd be acceptable as well.
You gotta have a big schnoz on that guy, a big nose.
He's got his bit of a schnoz, yeah. I'd say he's got a bit of a schnoz.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see for the casting. I'm really curious to see about who they do with that kind of stuff in the villain. We'll see. All right, Micah, let's talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. You and me both saw it I saw it last night. You saw it today. Let's give some more thoughts. I want to do spoiler-free thoughts first, though.
Okay.
But then we can get into kind of spoilers and all that kind of stuff. So, Micah, what did you think of the movie?
So, much happier with the movie overall, especially with the soundtrack. I am just really happy that they didn't make it another, top 80s hits soundtrack. Yeah. And they had a lot more of the music from the games and some key moments. That was my number one improvement that I saw here. Visually, it looked fantastic, just like the first movie. The first movie looked excellent. Like the visuals were amazing. And this one didn't hold back, and it was even a grander scale. So overall, I liked it. If I said the first one was fine, I'd say this is good. So if I said the first movie's fine, this movie is good.
Okay, an improvement from Micah. All right, that's very nice. What did Colin think of it?
I think he liked it. He called it Nintendo porn. So it was like, they're just throwing references and things at you for the old people in the crowd. And for the kids who maybe know some of these characters from Smash Brothers, for example. But he enjoyed some of the sequences, like the 2D parts, the parts that made it look like the platformer. Yeah. Those are the parts he really enjoyed. And to get into some more spoilery stuff later, there were some scenes that he was like, yeah, I liked those.
Okay, cool. The movie, I think it was very entertaining. It moved at 100 miles per hour. It is a kid's movie. It moved a lot faster than the first movie, I would say. A lot going on, a lot of like, bam, 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 next scene kind of thing going on. And I don't mind that too much. I understand. It's for kids mostly, so it's gonna be a lot about that. I wish there was a little more moments of like slowing down, obviously, to catch your breath for some scenes. There are a couple scenes, where they do that. I just wish there's a little bit more. I felt like sometimes I barely heard characters talk in the movie, or they talked a lot less than I assumed they would, kind of thing. So I wish they slowed it down there on that front. But in terms of just like me enjoying myself and watching all that stuff, I had a great time. I thought it was fun. I think it's like, if you enjoyed the first movie, or you're like, it's fine for what it is, like Micah said, I think it's like, same caliber kind of thing. There are some funny parts. I actually laughed out loud in the movie a couple times. So that was really good. I liked Yoshi in the movie. I thought Donald Glover did actually a really good job as being Yoshi.
Me too.
So I was happy with that. But yeah, I think it was okay. You know, it's like as a movie, it's like, you know, probably in the 6 range, I would say, in terms of a movie, but in terms of enjoyment, maybe a little higher than that. So I had a good time. It's like hard for me to judge because, you know, I don't expect much from this movie in terms of narrative or shit like that. So it's like, okay. Was it fun for me to watch? Did I have a fun time watching it? Yes. Did I enjoy the old references as an old person? Yes, I did enjoy all that stuff. I was very happy about the music. Much better this time around, as you stated. Didn't have Aha playing or some shit like that.
No, because like some key parts, like when they went to a dark area and it played the
yeah,
you know,
a
it's
lot
like,
more music
yes,
from the games. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I want you to do when you go to a dark place. Play like the underground music. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So that made me much happier this time around.
Yeah, much happier. So if you saw the first one and you enjoyed it enough, I think you'll have the same kind of opinion on this one. You might enjoy it slightly more, slightly less, depending on what you're looking out of the movie. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth watching. If you're a Nintendo fan, obviously, if you like Nintendo anyways, I think you should just watch it. There's kind of something in there for everybody, like especially with references and stuff like that. So I was very happy about that stuff. As someone who's played all those Mario games, lots of cool shit in there. I'm like, oh yeah, they put that in there. That's cool. So we could talk about, I'm going to do spoilers now, so we can talk about spoilers for the movie, whatever we want. So if you haven't seen the movie, you don't want to hear us, get the hell out right now and come back for the question Q&A at the end. All right, Micah, let's talk spoilers. What did you think about Fox McCloud?
He made me uncomfortable, but that's fine.
How did he make you uncomfortable?
I don't like things that look like furries.
Oh, okay.
You know, so here's the thing. The anime part of it,
oh my god, when they
cool.
introduced, yeah, that was awesome.
Like, that looked fucking awesome. He also had a really funny joke about, like, oh, when your engineer is a frog and like the little frog guy popped up on screen.
Yeah,
super funny. That was like his section was funny. I don't like these animals and CGI and the talking. Like, watching Zootopia would make me deeply uncomfortable. I don't like mascots. And that's just I don't like it. But he was great. His scenes were cool.
Yeah.
It was seeing his ship and everything. And he was funny. Like, it was a really good section of the movie, but he made me deeply uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah. I actually think they handled Fox really well. He was in the movie way more than I thought he would be as well.
Same.
He had like a big role in the movie. He was in the movie more than Rosalina.
Yeah, because I expected him to be more of a brief showing, similar to like the section with Wart and Mauser and Birdo. I thought he was going to have a like shorter scene like that. I didn't know he was going to like come along with us for the end of the ride. All right.
Yeah. And I got to say, during the final fight with Bowser Jr., Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, loved it. Not only did I love that Bowser turned into Dry Bones Bowser,
yes,
super good, with the bridge that he was on that fell through, just like Mario 1. Good shit. And I love that somehow they summoned Mr. Game & Watch, who came out. And I was like, I did not expect Mr. Game & Watch in this movie to come in and like deliver a huge blow against Bowser or Bowser Jr. That was very surprising to me.
Yeah, that was an interesting one to shoehorn in. And to have the explanation be like, you know, because Bowser Jr. has this like magic paintbrush and he could just paint all these fantastical things and they come to life. And Luigi gets the paintbrush, but all he can draw is a very simple human shape.
Yeah.
But it turns out to be Mr. Game & Watch. He's fucking incredible. So it was an interesting way to put him in, and it fit and it worked. And it was that was a funny scene. Yeah, that worked well. Bowser once being like reduced to bones, very funny.
Yeah.
I liked Bowser like even more this time. Maybe it's because he didn't sing.
He did not sing.
He was very funny in this.
Yeah, I liked his relationship with Mario and Luigi at the beginning. Kind of like of Luigi and Bowser trying to get Mario to ease up on Bowser and stuff like that.
Because like Luigi's a true believer and actually, you know, thinks he's changed. They're doing book club together. It's very cute that Luigi is quite naive and is like, yeah, no, he seems better.
But it's like Bowser was like authentic in that, how he was feeling, you know. He actually took their place for the and got locked up instead of for like the bee queen.
Yes.
And he was out there breaking rocks and shit for them, which was actually funny. It wasn't until his son came back in a picture with Bowser Jr. that he like, it's like family is number one. I loved his puppet show, by the way, that Bowser did.
The puppets were really cute. That was a scene I super liked, was the puppet show. That was adorable and very well animated, like the fabric and look of the puppets and everything.
Yeah.
This movie visually was stunning.
Yeah.
To look back on movies when I was a kid, like Toy Story, and to see how fucking scary that shit looks now.
Now, yeah.
Like, aside from the toys themselves, like Buzz and Woody look fine, but like the people look fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
Andy looks like it's something you'd want to lock out of your house at night. So
yeah.
To see how far it's come, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I liked, I forgot what it was called, but it was like that station in space where everyone like, it was like that spaceport essentially.
Yes.
There was that. Then there was like the
Gateway
evil
Galaxy.
Yeah, something like that. Then there was the evil version of that as well, like behind the wall where that monkey stole their shit. It was like a cyberpunk city. I bet Colin loved that part because there was fucking Wart and Birdo and Mauser. That's such Colin bait for Mario 2 shit on there.
It was, and he said it was very Jabba the Hutt-esque.
Yes,
so
very much
tying
so.
Star Wars to it as well. No, he liked that scene a lot. The cool part about like that Gateway Galaxy section was just seeing all these characters. Like there's the palm tree looking people with like the large noses. Those guys are super cute. There's like a family of them walking around. Just seeing all these different characters and enemies just bumbling around was neat.
Saw the robots from Galaxy that were like cleaning up shit. Like Peach broke that vent like twice and they just fixed it. That was funny. Yeah,
we laughed a lot at that.
The little wood guys from Galaxy were there, which is really cool. I was happy about that. I don't know why Peach just kind of pieced out and went on the mission by herself with just Toad. Yeah. I'm like, why didn't you just wait for everybody? Like, why did you sneak off? I don't really get why. All right. Plot reasons or some shit. I don't know. Kind of lazy there. Trying to think what else. What did you think of the baby Mario and Luigi part?
It was a cute section. You know how I feel about Baby Mario, but that was a funny sequence of events. Yoshi and Toad trying to keep them safe, and then Yoshi ending up having to be the one to like take care of all the babies because then Toad gets babyfied as well. That was a very funny scene with the T-Rex. There was also... They just had like random little stuff that made me laugh. There was a scene when Mario and Luigi taking care of the Mushroom Kingdom, and at one point they tuck a Toad like into bed and they both give him kisses. Yeah. Like they just did a bunch of really funny, cute little scenes like that. But again, like you said, the movie goes at a breakneck pace. Yeah. There's a bunch of things I think the hardest I laughed was like at the end of the movie when they're like, what happened to the castle? And Luigi's like, oh, it died. Yeah. Like that was the biggest laugh out of me. But again, it's like, it was just going so fast.
Yeah. Why didn't you just be like, well, Bowser Jr. fucked it up or something like that? I don't get it. I actually think...
him just saying it died.
Yeah, it died. I think Bowser Jr. is pretty good in the movie.
He was. To be fair, I'd never heard of Bernie Safdie. And that was okay with me. But it's like, I had no expectation of what he would be. Because I'd never heard of this guy. And it's like, all right. And I thought, he probably had the most dialogue in the whole movie.
He did have a lot.
And he was good. He was really good.
And
he sold it.
His Kamek, the Kamek guy around him, his little henchman.
Yes.
Sire, you're doing so well. Yeah. That guy's great.
No, very good. Again, it's like they played really well with Jack Black being Bowser. Like this time around, because he was kind of like conflicted about being good versus bad, there was some emotion there. Yeah, that was nice.
He's in the book club with Luigi. Very funny.
Yes,
and he's painting a lot in his little castle now.
Paintings.
Yeah, the paintings.
Making soup.
Yeah, making soup. Yeah, he's having like outbursts, like an anger outburst. That was good shit. And I liked when they were kind of teamed up, reminded me of Super Mario RPG a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's a really good vibe. But I love that he called like Bowser Jr. like, he goes, my boy. Yes. He said that like a lot in the movie, which was great.
Right. Or Big Bowser Jr. being like, Papa, like it's cute. This was, in my opinion, a cuter movie and more funny. I told Colin because I don't want to forget this. One of the major things I liked better was just there's no real world in it.
Yeah.
I get it that in the first
just at
movie,
the very beginning, we see Donkey Kong. He's hanging out there still.
It's like, I get it that they wanted to introduce Mario and Luigi and they're real and they're from Brooklyn, whatever. I didn't like that part, though, of the first movie. I didn't like their mean family. I didn't like any of that. So in this movie, to have it be 99% fantastical world and you only get a glimpse of the real world, I liked it a lot better for that.
Yeah. I agree as well. I enjoyed that part. I like they're living it up now in the Mushroom Kingdom. They're somebodies. They're heroes.
Yeah, like just when they're on the motorcycles going through the desert, a super cool scene, neat when they get to that little town and you recognize it, but their little poncho outfits.
Yeah.
Like this just visually, again, this movie just kept charming me in that regard with all their outfits and changes and power-ups and everything.
Yeah.
This movie just kept giving me things to look at that I found quite pleasing.
Yeah, and I think Luigi got to do a lot more in this movie. Like being involved, doing cool stuff. So I was really happy about that.
Yeah, he wasn't kidnapped for half the time.
Yeah.
So
he was there brawling with his brother, helping him out. Good shit.
Right, and they did more with the power-ups this time around. Like they showed the frog suit. He turned into the cloud guy. Like they just did more
cloud
with
suit.
the power-ups.
I was so amped about that. That was cool. I love the cloud suit.
Yeah, and that was another one when Yoshi was like all puffed up and just kind of floating by. Like this movie, they really... What I said to Colin was it felt like they really leaned into it being about video games this time. Like the first one, of course, they throw that stuff in, but this time around, it's like they used more power-ups. They had more sections where it was kind of like the platforms being shown. Like Bowser Jr.'s security system. I said to Colin, I was like, this is like Mario Maker. Towards the end there, it's like he's throwing all these different things at him. Like this is Mario Maker and like the toughest levels that you could play online type deal.
Yeah.
So it just felt like they really leaned into it this time.
Yeah. Did you like seeing the Pikmin?
Yes, they were so cute. Yeah. They were cute and perfect, and I loved them.
Yeah.
I liked that they blew like the little whistle, just like the game.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised Olimar wasn't there, I guess, too. Because there's the rocket ship, just no Olimar.
Right. I'd love it if they did a Pikmin movie. Now that I'd be excited to see.
Yeah.
All right.
Miyamoto loves Pikmin.
He does, and he just needs to convince someone that's like, I'm telling you, man, these are the next Minions. I'm telling you. You're going to have kids wearing little flower hats. They're going to love it. Yeah.
Yeah, Pikmin are definitely very cute. But yeah, I was happy Fox seemingly went back to his own universe so they could, because he fixed his like hyperdrive or whatever they said it was. So there could be Star Fox stuff. Star Fox movie? I'm in. Based off what they showed for Fox, pretty good. I think the guy that did Fox McCloud, was it Glenn Powell? I think he did a pretty good job portraying Fox, so that was cool. And I love that Fox and Mario like immediately got along. They immediately like were like, this guy's awesome. So I was like, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do an enemies to friends.
Yeah, not a Donkey Kong thing again.
Yeah, it's like, let's just have us be cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, this guy's fucking cool. Let's just all be pals.
Yeah, we're moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Just be pals right away. We're totally fine with that.
Yeah, let's not try and cram even more story in.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the fight scenes were done better in this movie. Like a lot of the action. Like the fight with Peach and Toad in that, like the war area was super cool with like the gravity and all that switching around.
Yes.
Really fun there. Yeah. I loved how she used the parasol that he gave her throughout like the entire movie as a weapon. That's nice, especially for like Smash Brothers, one of her weapons and stuff. So I was really happy about that.
No, that was super cool. I liked when she stepped into the casino because she looked like unsure about stepping onto the floor, and then it just like shifts focus. That's part of it. It's like, yeah, like they really just leaned into some of those video game elements, and I liked that quite a bit.
What'd you think of the post-credit stuff? There was 2 scenes. First one was Bowser Jr. and Bowser in jail, of course, and he was trying to dig his way out. And Bowser, I love that, is still dry bones Bowser. Like they don't even... I don't know how he's going to get his skin back. He's like, keep digging, my boy. Or something like that. And the Luma is back, but the Luma is now like the jailer.
Yeah, the depressing Luma returns. No, that was funny. It obviously sets it up for another adventure because it's like, obviously, it's like, I'm sure the wizard Koopa Kamek, I'm sure he'll fix Bowser's skin as soon as they get out. Spell. But Yeah, it's like it definitely sets things up because it wasn't just all resolved. So no, that was a funny scene. Depressing Luma coming back. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And the second postcard thing is we see Daisy is now here. She punched the shit out of that monkey that was stealing stuff again. I'm like, okay, so now we're going to have all three princesses, which is interesting. I forgot, I didn't even bring this up, that Peach and Rosalina are sisters now. And I was like, okay, all right. I guess that's canon now. Didn't expect that, but there you go. But also, Rosalina's like, I gotta get Peach out of here to protect her. It's like, just go back and get her or something like that. I don't know. She just kind of abandoned her.
So,
she didn't seem to give a fuck.
Putting on the overthinking hat, I can say, well, she thought that they'd be a target if they were together because they exude so much power, right? Yeah. But you could have written her a fucking letter or something. This poor girl got shuttled to the Mushroom Kingdom and doesn't know if she has a family or not.
Yeah, you just abandoned her. And it's like, we're not overthinking this. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
yes,
you guys couldn't figure something out for some reason. Why? I guess, like, I don't know. That's where it's like kind of like the flaws of the movie kind of appear, because like if you think about some stuff, and I'm not even saying too much, if you think about it at all, it doesn't make sense, kind of thing like that.
Yes, because it's not like Rosalina didn't know where Peach ended up. And it's like, oh my God, you found me. It's like she wrote a fucking book about her because she's been like keeping tabs on her this whole time.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, that's your fucking sister, dude. Like, what?
Yeah. So that it was cute. But if you think about it for more than 2 minutes, it's like, that's a weird thing to not even call.
It's like someone, like, why didn't anyone in the writer's room be like, we got to think of something, you know? Can we come up with some excuse? Even if it's like a bullshit excuse, I guess. They don't even try to attempt to cover it up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Daisy will do. I could have sworn, or I really thought we would have got a teaser of like Wario or something like that.
I would have liked that. But I do love Daisy. When my sister and I would play Mario Kart together as kids, I loved Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy's cool.
It's just one of those things that I don't know. It's because she wore yellow and orange. That's why. I'm like, I don't know why I always liked her even better than Peach. It's because she wore my favorite colors. I fucking love yellow and orange. So I've always liked Daisy quite a bit. And I'm glad that they kept her, well, she looks like Daisy. They didn't make her like, I don't know, prettier.
Oh,
they make her
are you
look
saying
like
they kept her humble?
No, I mean, because I don't mean it in a bad way, but Daisy is like second best princess, and I like her that way.
Sure,
she's good. Like her haircut's not as nice as Peach, and she's got brown hair, which everyone is like, it's not as much fun as blonde hair. I say that as a brown-haired person. You don't get mad, but so it's like, it looked like her.
Yeah,
because what we've said about Peach, and it's not a bad thing, but she looks different from the game. They made her much more expressive, and it's hard to kind of like put your finger on it, but it's like she just looks different from the game. Looks so different, but when I saw Daisy, I'm like, there's Daisy. I don't know, it just felt more like in tune with the in-game model that I'm used to.
One thing I do like, and it's funny to me, is how quickly Mario and Luigi incorporated Yoshi into their lives.
Yes.
They're like, okay, you're just living with us now.
Taking him everywhere.
Yeah, you're just our best friend now. And he's like living at the house with them and all this kind of shit. I'm like, all right,
yeah,
that's fine. Like, I love that they're pals, but it was just like immediately, it was like love at first sight for those three. It was great.
I liked that too. The scene of them finding Yoshi was very cute, and like finding a little lost puppy in a hole or something. So that was super sweet. I liked that a lot. I liked, it's funny when they ask Yoshi, like, how'd you get here? And we see all the visuals, but of course Yoshi's just speaking Yoshi language. And they're like, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, and he was living it up in New York City for a little bit. Just being a little dino causing trouble.
Stealing.
Yeah, that was really funny. But yeah, super entertaining movie. It's got plenty of flaws, but visually super fun. Moves at a breakneck pace. Good time. I had a good time. Let's see here. Crapton Picard wrote in, said, "Hey punchers, do either of you buy the Yoshi souvenir popcorn? It was $45. My 6-year-old likes it, but man, that stung. All in, we were $100 for one adult, one child, and the Yoshi popcorn, one drink, and 2 hot dogs. Seeing movies in the theaters is only for the rich nowadays, I guess." Damn.
I mean, Christ. The thing is, I remember as a kid going and not even getting like popcorn because it was just too expensive. Like my mom would take my sister and I to a movie, and it was sometimes we'd get popcorn, usually wouldn't get a drink. Usually we were sneaking in candy that we had bought somewhere else. But we absolutely did not have the money to drop $100 on let's get the souvenir. Well, they didn't really do that stuff anyways when we were kids. Did they like souvenir fucking popcorn buckets? But just even getting snacks and a drink at the movies. Like when you said you got the hot dog, I was like, I'm first of all fucking love hot dogs. I'm king of the hot dogs over here. I've never had a movie theater hot dog because previously it was so expensive. It was always too expensive. I never considered it.
Well, you
now
can't
that I
call yourself
one.
king of the hot dogs if you've never had a movie theater hot dog.
I'm king of the fucking hot dogs because I eat more hot dogs than you ever will in your life. Have you had a baseball hot dog,
like a baseball stadium?
I never been to a baseball game.
Oh my God, you're a fraud.
No,
False
I was
king.
But it was
False
something.
king.
It's like I never would have dreamed of asking for a hot dog at the movies. It's like $10, you know? So, yeah, I agree with you. The prices, I know why. Don't write in the comments that it's how they make their money. We know. It doesn't change the fact that it was prohibitively expensive when I was a kid. And even just getting popcorn was like a luxury. Yeah. And my sister and I would just sneak in food from other places when we were like in high school. Go to Friendly's before the movie and sneak in the leftovers.
Stu Dog wrote in and said, "Hey, Micah and Brad, what did y'all think about the 2D aspects of the Mario Galaxy movie? To me, these scenes were a huge surprise and made the movie seem even more genuine to the source material. Overall, I would say I enjoyed the new movie. The critics got this one wrong." Wow. Yeah, we were talking about the 2D aspects of the movie, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Really well done. Really cool to see it. Of course, the classic Mario running through a level. I really loved that scene with Bowser Jr. setting up the traps and all that shit. And Mario and Peach going through it together. Looked really good. I thought that was super well done. Also, at the end of the credits, they're like rebuilding the castle or whatever. And it's all like 2D as well. Like Yoshi's like spitting out a block onto the castle. That was really cool.
Luigi painting.
Yeah, that was good shit.
That was a great scene. I really enjoyed that right at the end as well. They incorporated a lot more of it this time of like the game inspiration.
Yeah. Counter-Strike esports champion Airbud wrote in. What a name. "Greetings, punchers. I had a fun time watching the Galaxy movie, though I feel this could have been better as a trilogy capper instead of a sequel. It's moving too fast to really enjoy all the cool things in it. So much is happening at once that anything that could have meant something is glazed over. Mario isn't a franchise that gets depth from storytelling, so none of this is surprising. It's just exacerbated being made by Illumination. Even so, Fox and Rosalina gave it big points because they were perfectly cast and deployed within the film. It's a 6 out of 10 with a 10 out of 10 fun factor. I like that. The lows and the highs being greater gaps don't make a better product kind of day." I think that's a fair assessment, honestly.
Yeah. No, I would say that I enjoyed the movie more than I expected. I still don't think, I wouldn't say, it's a fucking 9 out of 10 movie. It's not, but I liked it. I liked it a lot more than the first one. I do think it was more fun overall.
Yeah, I gotta ask my nephew. I think my brother took his kids to see it. I gotta ask what they thought of the movie from like children. You know, what does an 8-year-old think about this movie?
Well, exactly. And two, because it's like there's two sides of the argument here. Yes, it is a children's movie and there's not a ton of story. I also, though, it's like we grew up with movies like The Little Mermaid and The Lion King and Shrek that did have more story to them. So it's like, I don't think people are wrong for saying there's not enough story. I, of course, absolutely agree, though, that it's like, well, it didn't need it.
Right.
It was still fun.
Yep. All right. This is from, let's see here, Christian Ryan. "Went to the weekend matinee with my daughter to see the Mario Galaxy movie. We had the theater to ourselves and had a great time. Outside of the absurd cost to see a movie and have some popcorn nowadays, I would definitely recommend seeing it. It was quite an improvement from the first movie, in my opinion. Almost exclusively Nintendo music, all the references and callbacks to various games in the series, Yoshi's portrayal and design, Star Fox's awesome cameo, and even Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s relationship as a dad myself was cute to see. Agreed much with Gene's assessment. Makes me wonder how much the next 3D Mario game might tap into ideas from the movie so far. I don't know if they'll tap into really anything from the movie. Because it's like, what are they going to add to this movie that hasn't been done in a Mario game already? And it's like maybe like the spaceport, I guess.
Well, right. And like you said too, it's like the Mario games don't lean into story at all. So it's like they're definitely not going to try and be like, you know what, we need Bowser and the Koopa kids to have a stronger relationship.
Right.
We gotta. The people liked that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like I guess in the next Mario game they could incorporate like that kind of like space station kind of shit. Like there may be some crossover.
Or they could have Peach more involved if you're going to incorporate anything. Yeah, let's put more Peach in it.
Yeah, more Peach, more Yoshi, more Luigi. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
An ensemble cast.
RK128 wrote and said, "Blessed day, Team Punchies. I'm sure you all saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and despite some elements being underplayed for my liking, I really enjoyed it. The biggest highlight for me was all the scenes with Fox McCloud and Peach. The former stole the show with all of his scenes, and I love seeing Peach's character development over the course of the film, and her team up with Mario at the film's final scene was fantastic. Considering this film's story woes, do you think Illumination has the chops to make a Star Fox film? It's clear Nintendo and them are looking into one, so curious if you guys think they can do it after seeing the Mario Galaxy movie. Have a I'm there day one for Luigi's Mansion and Star Fox film kind of day." Man, I would love a Luigi's Mansion movie. I think that'd be fucking sick. Halloween time, dude. Good stuff.
Right. Because too, kids' horror films are always really popular because they can be somewhat rare, especially ones that are well done. It's like you still see people talk about Coraline. How fucking old is Coraline? But people still talk about how it's like that perfect level of creepy for kids and even for adults to enjoy. Maybe a slightly more contemporary Monster House. I still see people recommend that when people are saying like, my kid wants to see something scary, but he's 8. And they're like, Monster House, Coraline. So doing something spooky, that's something to truly capitalize on, because good, creepy movies for kids, it was Tim Burton, he used to make all of them. We had James and the Giant Peach. That was just creepy and weird, but like, he used to make all those. What, is he retired now? I haven't seen his name in quite some time.
Tim Burton? No, he's not retired.
Yeah, I mean, The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't like that one very much, but that's fine.
He did. Like, I know he did the Wednesday show on Netflix.
Oh, he's been doing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that was him. I think.
Well, all right.
I'm curious now. What is he doing?
I like the class. Now, this was when he was still married to Helena Bonham Carter. There was a tweet that was like, Tim Burton saying, "What do you mean there are more actors besides Johnny Depp and my wife?" Because they're just in everything he makes.
Yeah. He did Lady Gaga The Dead Dance, a music video, I guess. He was a producer on it. I don't know, some Lady Gaga shit.
All right.
Before that, I closed it. He did Wednesday. Yeah. So he's still doing stuff.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I didn't want to. I'm not going to lie.
He's still doing it, yeah. All right.
But
yeah,
I think Mr. Burton.
Thanks, Mr. Burton. They did a Star Fox movie. I think that'd be sick. I think the game, depending on how the game does, could be a big indicator on that, which we should see this year. So I'm curious. I'm really curious about the tone of the game too, how it'll be. But I don't know. I'm down. I like Star Fox, so I'd be happy to see Star Fox anime. I mean, they're doing Zelda, so Zelda's kind of already taken care of. Zelda, they're treating like the serious one, I guess, because it's live action, the high epic fantasy kind of thing. And I guess that makes sense, because Zelda is kind of that for Nintendo. Star Fox movie, though, could be sick. I selfishly want a Metroid one, but I don't think they would do that, or probably a good job, honestly. So I think Metroid could work as a live action thing actually pretty well too. But
yeah, I think sci-fi would work in that regard. Like for Zelda specifically, I won't lie, I wanted it to be animated because they have so many styles to choose from.
Yeah.
And a Wind Waker movie would have been awesome. But like even Link's Awakening style, it's like they just have so many cutesy ways that they've drawn Link that I think would have really appealed to a broader audience. But because, oh man, just if you made a Wind Waker movie, it could have been fantastic. That's also the hottest version of Ganon, so it would have been great. But I think they could do well with a Star Fox movie. He looked great, and his ship was cool flying around. All those scenes were awesome. Yeah. So I don't doubt their chops with what they could do with it. I don't have a horse in this race, though, because I don't like him.
Not yet.
As a person.
Not yet. You don't like him as a person? Damn. Ori Cat Gaming wrote and said, I heard there's going to be a Donkey Kong movie. Do you think a Star Fox movie will come? What do you think of the inclusion of Donkey Kong, or what do you think of no inclusion of Donkey Kong in the new Mario movie? Yeah, we've heard there's going to be a Donkey Kong movie that makes sense that they're just saving him for the next thing. We got a brief glimpse of him swinging around in Brooklyn or whatever, just doing Donkey Kong shit. So
yeah,
it makes
and
sense to me.
The Lumas that were impersonating him,
yeah,
that was very cute. Like one of them was wearing the tie and doing the dancing pecs.
Yeah, that was funny. So, yeah, there's gonna be a Donkey Kong movie probably. I don't know when.
I do not want that. I don't want it to happen. It's going to, but I do not want this.
I'm okay with it. Donkey Kong's had like a lot of kind of, like there used to be a Donkey Kong cartoon or like a computer animated show. Hilarious show. Looks so weird, dude. There's so many funny screenshots I could show you from that shit.
No, I've seen some of those images, and yeah, it's like, what the fuck? This is what I'm talking about, though. It's like these computer animations used to be terrifying, and to see how good it looks now makes me sound tremendously old, but yeah, it is incredible.
Like there's a famous screenshot of him just sitting with his ass like busting out. He's just got like a huge ass for some reason like that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of funny ass pictures going on there, so we'll see. I love Donkey Kong. I don't love Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and I didn't like Fred Armisen as Cranky, but
no,
I'm open to it.
But he was better than Seth Rogen was way better than I expected. Like truly way better than I expected. I was dreading it, and he ended up being not bad. So I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, Micah, let's wrap up the show with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write to the show, I post a thread every Sunday on our Patreon. So keep an eye out there if you want to write in. Nevitz wrote in and said, hey, Wrecking Crew, we got to answer the real questions here. When is Mattel going to fund a AAA open world Barbie game, and who's going to develop it? I'm thinking something like Hogwarts Legacy, but as a Barbie Academy. All right, Micah, you're famously a huge Barbie fan. What do you think?
Wow, yeah. Well, I liked Barbie as a child, and I used to go on Barbie.com and play the various free games. So yeah, I liked Barbie. I have not seen the Barbie movie. I feel like if they didn't capitalize on that, then they're not going to. I don't know if the kids are still into Barbie in the same way either. Like, well, when I was a kid, it was like, you had the Barbie Jeep, the Barbie Dreamhouse, Barbie movies.
It seemed more prominent then.
Yes, it was. But like you mentioned, we don't watch kids' TV to know what the commercials are. Like when I was a kid, I just remember not only all the Barbie toys, but it's like she had her own like show. And so I don't know what the scene is like with Barbie these days, but I feel like if they didn't capitalize on Barbenheimer and doing a game then of any sort, then I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I do wonder how popular like Barbie is or something like that still with kids. I don't know. I think my niece had some, but
I usually had off-brand Barbies because, again, not a lot of money. So I'd have these like cheap ass, like hollow Barbies to play with. And they like legs popping off in the middle of trying to play with the damn thing.
That's funny.
When you had like actual real Barbies, they were nice.
Yeah.
Especially like they had the little shoes and accessories. They were so much higher quality.
Just from a quick Google search, Barbie toys remain highly popular in 2025 through 2026, maintaining a status as a top-selling brand with over $1 billion in annual sales, despite a recent cooling in sales following a peak in 2021. So I guess Barbie's still doing okay.
All right. Do you remember the Barbie controversy about the pregnant Barbie that didn't have a wedding ring? Do you remember this?
No.
This happened when I don't know if I was a kid or a teen, but there was a whole thing because they were selling a pregnant Barbie and it had like the big belly. Oh, 2002. So I was a child. Okay. The Happy Family pregnant Midge, which is Barbie's best friend, caused controversy because Midge wasn't wearing a wedding ring. And I don't remember what the resolution to that was. They pulled it from stores at some point. but I don't remember if they corrected it and like put a ring on its finger or what. But it was so. I remember though, of course, at that time I was like a Jehovah's Witness and deeply religious, and it was like, this is wrong. A pregnant doll that's not married, disgusting. And now I'm just like, this is the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. So Barbie game. How about let's just have CD Projekt make it?
Okay.
They can do it. There you go.
Well, no, wait, no. I need them working on Witcher. Don't do this. Don't
Separate
distract
teams,
them.
spin them off.
No spin-offs. Everyone focusing on Witcher properties, please. We need to get these things out the door.
No one cares about Witcher anymore, Micah. It's fine.
I'll kill you.
No one cares. It's fine. Okay. Annie Capped wrote in and said, "Hey, good people. Just wondering if Micah has ever played Super Metroid before. Not sure if it's her type of game, but it's a game everyone should play at some point. Keep up the amazing work as always. Galaxy Quest voice. Never give up. Never surrender." I've never seen Galaxy Quest. I don't know.
I don't know what that
Micah has not played Super Metroid before, and she has zero interest. I can tell you that. That's not going to happen.
You tell me if it's a Micah game.
No,
you know me well enough by now, Brad.
Definitely not. It is absolutely not a Micah game. It's a sick ass game, but it's not a Micah game. It is the spaghetti map game that, the pioneer. It is the game that started it all, that series.
No, thank you.
So it's not happening, unfortunately. Don't worry, listeners. I have played it. I will cover all those bases. Micah can handle the Tomodachi Lives and all that shit. I'll handle the real games. Don't worry about it.
I get some grief about not playing like Metroid, but it's like, nobody's giving Brad grief about not playing Fire Emblem, okay? It's like, let me handle the Fire Emblem.
I've played one.
Yeah, exactly. And that's good, but it's like, let me handle the Fire Emblems and the Pokopias, and you can handle the stuff I don't like.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, yeah.
And together, we cover many of the Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Pokemon Champions just to spite you people.
Yeah, and once in a while, me and Micah have the same opinion on a game, like Kirby Air Riders. I don't know if we'll have that again, but me and Micah are on the same page for that game. And
you didn't like Echoes of Wisdom as much as I did.
I liked it, but not as much as you.
No, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, you're like, it's the best fucking game ever. Like foaming out the mouth.
It's the best Zelda they've ever made.
It's the best Zelda ever made.
Blood boiling. It's my first Zelda game ever, and I'm like, it's the fucking best.
Best one, dude, motherfucker.
But here's the thing. Now I've played several Zeldas. It's still my favorite Zelda game.
Gateway drug.
It was, but none of them have caught the same high. I'm chasing that dragon.
Is it because you get to be a girl in it, Micah?
No, it was so charming.
Liar.
And it was just like the puzzles were so approachable because there was a million ways to solve it. I just so enjoyed it. And I have liked the other ones I've played, but I think Link's Awakening, the Switch remake, might be my second favorite so far. And then otherwise, it's like, I don't have like a stricter ranking for them. I've liked them all so far.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. I hated
that Shadow Temple, though. That can go fuck itself.
Oh, come on. Fuck you. Shadow Temple rules.
Shadow Temple sucks, all right? Now, the Water Temple, I was scared of that one. I only needed one hint, to get through it.
Nice.
I did most of that by myself.
Oh, yeah. Good. Devin wrote in and said, R-Wing Pilots, spring break has me seated next to my 5-year-old for an 8:30 a.m. showing of Mario Galaxy. We laughed, had a great time watching the Super Mario Brothers do their thing, and we're both instant fans of Star Fox. Glenn Powell was perfect for the role. How long before we get to see a full Star Fox flick? 2028. We've actually answered this like 5 times already. Now I think about it today. It might be their next movie aside from Mario, is my guess. Donkey Kong's probably next. Zelda's coming as well. For another IP, it's probably Star Fox right now. That seems to be the plan for now, but who knows? Plans could change. We all know Miyamoto wants Pikmin as the number one thing, but they got to get there. Not enough people know what Pikmin is yet. Toe Tanzua wrote and said, what do you think of the theory that Baby Mario reduced the worldwide birth rate in 1995? Pratt mentioned this theory in an interview. Now, a lot of people hate Baby Mario for the crying. You think that scared people off from wanting to be parents, Micah, in 1995?
That's the theory? That's what they're saying. Oh, I mean, I spent a few minutes with Baby Mario and I played that Yoshi game everyone suggested, and I didn't like it. So it certainly didn't inspire me to explore motherhood.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it's accurate. Loom Doom wrote and said, "Hey, Punchers, if a classic style..." Wait, is this going to be another thing? No, okay. If a classic style Star Fox game is going to be revealed this month and revealed in June, what would be some of the things you would like to see in the game? I personally loved Assault and the different gameplay styles in that game. I thought it was a good evolution of the classic style, and I'd like to see this new game built on the concept of Assault. But what about you? Or what say you? Thanks for all the great content. Keep up those fists high. So this is hard for me to answer because I haven't really played Assault. So I don't really know about that. I have not played every Star Fox game. Of course, I love 1 and N64 Star Fox. Don't like Dinosaur Planet. But that's like a weird spinoff thing. But this was in the GameCube era. And I never heard great things about these games at the time, so I never really played them. But we're kind of getting like people respecting these games more as time has gone on. I don't know. I do have Star Fox Zero and I need to play it. So I'll have to make that happen. But that game, everyone says, sucks as well. In terms of what I want from Star Fox, it's hard for me to say exactly because Star Fox is like historically a linear, like on rail shooter kind of thing. And I think that's totally fine. But I don't know if that'll be enough for most people nowadays. They want a little more freedom. And Star Fox, like 64, of course, had more open-ended levels. My thing was with Star Fox back in the day was like, hey, just give it to that Ace Combat team and let them make a Star Fox game. They do a fucking sick job. I think that's cool. I actually think if they have like a heavy story focus in Star Fox, like they do in Ace Combat and stuff like that, it could work really well. So I would like to see that. But I'm like, are you running around on foot in this game and stuff like that? I think you got to be careful with that shit. It looks like you are a little bit. Star Fox, you have different vehicles besides the R-Wing, which is fine, like the Landmaster and the submarine. I don't mind a few like things on foot, but you got to be careful. You don't want to overdo it. It's like when Tony Hawk games, you started getting off your skateboard and like walking and running around. I was like, what are we doing here? We got to go back to basics.
It's the whole draw of the game is just skateboard.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm fine with them experimenting with stuff, but you got to keep the R-Wing or whatever as like the main part of the game, at least like 80%.
It needs to be treated like a character.
Yeah. It needs to be a big deal. And like focus on the story. Take the story seriously. I think it could go a long way. But Mike, I don't know. Have you played Star Fox before? I'm trying to remember.
No.
Okay, so you don't really know. Do you know what like Star Fox is? I guess like you've seen it, like flying around.
I have seen gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, it has just never appealed to me.
I guess so. Like, what would you need for it to be appealing to you? Where you're like, okay, that looks interesting to me. I want to play.
I think story would be enough to entice me to give it a try, whether or not the gameplay looks super interesting to me. If you told me, hey, the story's kind of cool, then I'd give it a try. I am someone, I kind of vacillate depending on the game, but it's like a good story can really make me more open-minded to trying something. So if it had like a kind of even a slightly serious slant to it or something, I'd be much more willing to try it.
Yeah. I also think Star Fox needs to be a little longer, maybe not like a 2-hour game or so. Like Star Fox games, at least in the older ones, was like a lot of replay value because you would go to different planets you didn't on the first run, which is cool. They need a lot more replay value on that kind of stuff. And you need good multiplayer, I think. You need good online multiplayer. Star Fox is a series I think that multiplayer can work really well for. But I don't know. I'm curious. I don't really know what you could do to fix Star Fox because I haven't played a lot of the other ones. So I'm curious about that. But hopefully we see it soon in the summertime. Apparently when the rumor it's supposed to be coming out, so we might not have to wait too much longer. But you gotta have the boys in it though. You gotta have Fox, you gotta have Peppy, you gotta have Slippy, you gotta have Falco. It's essential. And what's his name? I can't remember the commander guy, the dog. I forgot his name. Gotta have him though as well. That guy's fucking sick. All right. Let's see here. Maybe a little Pikmin in there for Micah. Maybe that'll get her to play it.
If you throw a Pikmin in, I'm there day one.
Yeah. All right. Last write in here. This from Raisin. As a representative of the big backs of America, I was wondering what the puncher's favorite Little Debbie products are. Are you a Swiss roll gal? Perhaps you're a honey bun man. Maybe you like to take a trip to the cosmos with a cosmic brownie. Or maybe you're nutty for the Nutty Buddies. And who can forget the world famous oatmeal cream pie? But you tell me, what are the Puncher's favorite Little Debbie products? Just be careful not to eat too many. Things can go quickly from Little Debbie to Big Deborah. That's true. Let me look at their whole product line.
This is dangerous. Now, he did not mention the walnut brownie. That's my all-time favorite.
Okay.
I am a snack cake fan. If you take all the brands, Hostess, Little Debbie, Drake's, I am a snack cake fan. I don't keep them in the house for that reason. But the Little Debbie walnut brownie was always my favorite as a kid. My grandma would take us down to the corner store and we'd each get a treat. And then she'd walk us down to the little baseball diamond where there were bleachers and we'd sit and we'd eat our snacks that we got. And I would almost always get the walnut brownie. I also loved Hostess. The snowballs was always a favorite. My dad and I would always bring those on our little like fishing trips together. And he'd always bring a pack of snowballs. I fucking love snack cakes. But yeah, the Swiss rolls, ho-hos, they're all good. We're talking Hostess, like the ring dings and the fucking, or one of them is ring dings, one is ding dongs. I don't know. They're all delicious.
Yeah.
They're all fucking delicious. I'm someone, people be like, they taste like trash. They taste like fucking heaven. Star Crunch. Oh my God, Star Crunch.
I feel like
love it.
Growing up, I usually had Hostess over Little Debbie. Nothing against Little Debbie. Yeah. It's just like kind of what we had mostly. I remember Hostess had like really good little donuts and stuff like that. They were fucking
the donuts, amazing. The powdered donuts.
So good. Powdered donuts make me go nuts. Yeah, they're super good. And Twinkies. I like Twinkies. I haven't had a Twinkie in a long time, but I love Twinkies.
I haven't either. You know what I used to love too? Hostess used to make the muffin loaf. If you remember those. That was fucking delicious. They had a banana nut one. That was my favorite. The Hostess little hand pies. Those were really good. That was what my friend Filippo. So like we'd smoke and then we'd walk down to the gas station when we had the munchies. And I would usually get a walnut brownie and he'd get like a cherry, Hostess pie.
Yeah, that's funny.
He'd always be like, I got my motherfucking goddamn cherry pie. Like that's what he'd always say when we got him back to the house.
That's funny.
Shout out Filippo, wherever the fuck he is these days.
From Little Debbie though, when I'm looking at though, the honey bun. That was
the honey
favorite.
Bun is iced, or do you like the white icing or the clear icing?
I don't know.
They're different.
I'm not sure. Whatever like the default one usually is probably what I just had, like the most common one, because I would get like the single individual wrapped one, not like the box. Yes. So whatever that was, I don't remember, but I did like that. Anything that's like cinnamon roll style are like my favorites, and like anything with cinnamon is usually my favorite kind of shit. Like coffee cake, I love a lot.
Dude, same. I'm a coffee cake person. I was trying to find the picture of the large black woman wrapped in cellophane that says honey bun on it.
Ew, I've seen that. You don't need to see it. I don't need to see that again. I don't need to see that. We're good on that.
Oh, yeah. My phone search isn't working. But yeah, honey buns, top tier. I'm also a big cinnamon fan.
Yeah. That's my shit.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's my shit. I don't think I've ever had one of these, a Nutty Buddy, but it looks pretty good.
Nutty Buddies were my Nana's favorite. She'd always have those in her cookie jar. And so that would be something we'd get to have at her house. She'd always call them Nutty Bars. But God, those are good too. They're all good. My sister always, so when we would alternate like picking things, she liked like the Drake's Devil Dogs. I remember that being one of the few things I didn't love. However, it's still cake and I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
Or Funny Bones, I think, are the ones where it's like chocolate cake with like a peanut butter icing in them.
Ooh, that's nice.
Those were fucking good too. I have the soul of a fat ass, all right?
Yeah,
I've got the heart of a fat kid. Yeah. I just don't buy it, so I don't go down that road.
Yeah. Oh, there's like different versions of Nutty Buddy. There's like the wafer bars. And the cream pies. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay. The wafer bars is what my Nana always had, was the wafers with the cream filling. I mean, wafers were huge in the 90s. That sounds weird to say, but do you remember the tricolor packs of wafers? It'd be strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
Neapolitan, like the Neapolitan wafers. Yeah.
I loved those wafer cookies. That was always a favorite. So I love wafer texture. I bought these disgusting protein bars one time, though, because they were like Power Crisp or something, and like it's a wafer texture. Texture was a 10 out of 10, but they used stevia, so it tasted like black licorice. Ew. And I was like, oh, awful.
Dude.
I actually sent those to a listener who said he'd try them.
I don't know what these are, but apple cinnamon donut sticks. I would try that.
What?
That sounds pretty good.
I'm Googling as fast as I can. Oh my God, yes, the Little Debbie donut sticks were so good. I've never had one of those, I don't think. The donut sticks were incredible. They were very similar to the coffee stick that you could get at Dunkin', which is also one of my favorite donuts. I love Dunkin' as well. Yeah. You simply must if you're from Massachusetts.
It's like essential. They have like earrings and stuff and like ornaments for food.
Mm-hmm.
That's for you, Micah. You can get some fucking fat ass Little Debbie earrings, dude.
Oh yeah, my sister got me these for Christmas or my birthday one year. Miniatures have always been one of my favorite things, and like Polly Pocket type shit, and she knows that. So like anything like mini food, I'm all over it.
Yeah, we gotta stop looking at that shit.
No, I'm starving to death. I gotta go make dinner.
Yeah. It's dinner time, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Micah, what's for dinner?
Tonight's just going to be easy because it's late. So I got some spicy Tyson chicken patties.
Ooh,
so
good.
I got fresh buns. Yeah, but we're keeping it easy tonight because it's already 7:30.
When's big salad night?
Big salad. So I bought salad greens last week and they were bad when I opened them. It was a big disappointment. I was so fucking mad, dude. It wasn't big salad night. It was supposed to just be side salad. I had chopped all the veggies and everything and I opened the bag of salad, moldy in the middle. No good. But I'll probably plan a big salad night for next week. I love doing the whole shebang. I like the boiled eggs, the sunflower seeds. It's fantastic.
Okay. Very cool. All right, everybody, we're out of here. We'll see you next week. Take care and goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.